Hi everyone, it's Colleen Patrick-Goudreau from joyfulvegan.com. Welcome to Vegan Point of View. When you tell people you're vegan, often the question that follows is, are you vegan for health or ethics? And depending on your answer, people may respond differently. Here's my point of view. Fact that some people who call themselves plant-based are just that. The basis of their diet is plants, but they're still eating some animal products. And that drives some people, some vegans, crazy. Honestly, I really have nothing to say other than get over it and focus on the fact that those people are on their own path, their own journey, as we all are, and you are not going to be able to control what people call themselves. There are people who call themselves vegan who eat chicken. There are people who call themselves vegetarian who eat fish, right? I can't do anything about that. But it confuses the public. It distorts what the definition of vegan is. Yeah, that's true. And good luck trying to control other people and how they label themselves or how they self-identify. Good luck with that. Good luck trying to control the words other people use. All we can do is be the best ambassadors of compassion as possible. The best models of veganism, the best models of what it looks like to live compassionately. We can clarify when someone misunderstands or misrepresents, but we're never going to be able to control everyone's characterization of or understanding of what it means to be vegan. And if you try to control that, I guarantee you'll drive yourself crazy and you'll be that kind of vegan. The other development that's taken place regarding the plant-based and vegan dichotomy is that I've noticed the vegan police, and I'm just going to say this one more time, I do have a podcast episode called The Vegan Police, and I'm going to do a vegan POV episode on it as well, but I have noticed the vegan police will use the phrase plant-based to cut down someone who is clearly vegan, someone who identifies as vegan, but isn't living up to the vegan police's perfect vegan standards. And they'll say things like, well, you're not really vegan, you're just plant-based, as if to imply that it's really just about the food for you, not the animals. I've seen them say things like, well, you're not a real vegan, or you're not a true vegan, you're just plant-based. I've been accused of it on a few posts of mine, particularly, mostly I've seen this on my episodes and essays about where I talk about my cats not being vegan, because I'm not convinced that it's safe or healthy to feed my cats a 100% vegan diet. The vegan police responds by saying things like, well, you're not a true vegan then. You're not a real vegan. Why don't you just call yourself plant-based? Calling me plant-based rather than vegan is their way of putting me in my place. I already know my place and I'm vegan. Now, I've talked a lot about the fact that imperfection is built in to being vegan. That we live in an imperfect world, and that being vegan is not about trying to attain some level of purity or some certificate of perfection, that it's about doing the best we can to not contribute to the violence against and suffering of non-human animals when it's possible and practical to do so. Because of that, that's why I believe that we can be 100% vegan without being afraid of being hypocrites, because built into veganism is imperfection, and thus I am 100% vegan, I am imperfect, is not a contradiction. Which is why I say to the vegan police accusing vegans who they deem imperfect of not being vegan, I say phooey. And to the folks afraid of calling themselves vegan because they're afraid of discomfort if they're perceived as being compassionate, I say phooey. Well, I'll say this too. All I ask is that we never say never, that we remain open to new possibilities, new information, new ways of seeing the world, and mostly be open to our own just compassion, right? We need not be afraid of our compassion, and we need not be afraid of what people think because we're compassionate. Compassion isn't something to be afraid of. Lack of compassion is. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you got anything out of this video, and if you like our outdoor studio, let me know. Please share this with others. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it. Share your comments below. Subscribe to this channel and pass it on. And of course, you can help support the production of these videos by becoming a supporter. So check out other vegan point of view videos. You can check out my Food for Thought podcast. You can check out my books And you can check out my website, joyfulvegan.com. For the animals, this is Colleen Patrick-Goudreau. Thanks for watching.